What do you want?
Just introduce yourself and where you're from.
Okay, Marguerite Romano, and originally from New York City, but I've been living in Spokane for about 15, 20 years. So, glad to service. I work in the entertainment industry, and I do a lot of community leadership organizing in the community.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Zuri, and I'm a future graduate of the community school. I'm going to be showing you how TCS has helped me grow in the last 4 years. Lavender symbolizes purity, healing, and flourishing. When I was younger, I would go to my grandpa's and grandma's, and we would go outside on their back porch, and we would admire their beautiful yard that they put together over the years living there. But sadly, my grandma was getting older, and she wouldn't be able to walk down the stairs to take care of her flowers or to look at them, so I would go and take pictures for her and also help her take care of them. But all throughout my elementary school, towards the 6th grade, I really did struggle with my mental health. And then when I got into middle school, we got it under control. I was taking some medication, and I was doing pretty good the first couple months of 7th grade. But then COVID hit, and my grandma died, and it was just a lot of emotions all at once. I was out of a really good routine. I wasn't with my person anymore, and I was having a really rough time during that time. But then when I got to TCS, I started to flourish way more than I was. I stopped self-harming. I started to get more friends. I even got a boyfriend, and I was doing really, really well. But towards my sophomore year, I started to struggle with self-harm again. I started to struggle with healthy eating, and just being okay was a struggle, and getting up every morning. And then October of my sophomore year, I had an incident, and I had a really long conversation with my parents in a really long Halloween morning, and I went to the hospital. I went to the hospital, and I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I finally knew that something wasn't wrong with me. Not that I was a problem or that there was a problem, but I knew that I wasn't such a major deal anymore, that I finally got it under control, and I was able to take care of it. When I got out, I decided that I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to be good again and be okay. I decided to separate myself from the people that were making myself not feel okay anymore. Like in the relationship I was in, we were both really unhealthy for each other. We weren't doing very well, and it had to end, so I broke it off with him. And since then, I've been doing a lot better. And not just that relationship, but in general, my mental health has been a lot better with everything. I've been doing a lot better. And after coming home, I've also gotten a therapist, Lita, and she's helped me through so much. She's helped me figure out how to handle my bipolar with different coping mechanisms, with breathing exercises, and just she's given me so much advice on so many different things that without her, I probably wouldn't be right here. But by the end of sophomore year, I started to be a lot more motivated and a lot more happier, and just I was doing a lot better, and I was starting to grow and become myself again. And just like how lavender symbolizes flourishing, morning glory appears when the condition is just right for them. Being at TCS the last 4 years, I got to experience and learn all new different things. I learned that, like I said, I have bipolar disorder, and TCS has taught me different coping mechanisms. In my 101 year, I had a multimedia art class that was taught by one of our own TCS students. And in that class of wellness, we went out on the street and we found garbage and we turned it into art. I found an old wine bottle, some old flowers, and I spray painted them black, and I kind of paper mached newspaper onto the wine bottle. Oh, so sorry, guys. Excuse me. Oh, and paper mached, yeah. I also put butterflies on it, and with this, it came with a love of making things and collaging something and making something out of random different things to make something beautiful. And that's really helped me cope, because when I'm feeling overwhelmed or I need to pick me up and I'm having a bit of a rough day or just a rough mental health day, I will go and collage, or I'll go color, or I'll go draw. And it's just that multimedia art class has really opened a lot of different mediums to me that I know I can express and help my bipolar. Another class that was really beneficial for me was Be Art of the Solution. That was a 5th session in my freshman year, and in that class I made a meditation water fountain thing. It's in the middle. And in my group and I, we wanted to make public art that made people feel safe, that people wanted to go to have a place to just breathe and have a moment to take in the beauty that nature has to offer. And this opened my eyes to the floral design and knowing that that can be a choice that I want to go in. It developed a love for wanting to do floral design and making it a passion for my future career. It sprouted the confidence to know that my future career will be art, and that makes me really confident in my choice of career. Another 5th session that I would say I benefited from was Hook, Line, Sinker. That was a fishing wellness, and not just because I like fishing, but because of the circumstances. At first, I got put into a different 5th session that I really would have benefited so much from. It was a floral 5th session, and I was so excited. But from some circumstances, I got switched into the fishing one with my boyfriend, and I got to fish with him, and that was amazing. It was great, but I still wanted to be in that floral one. But with that, I had to adapt and be grateful for what I was given. I still got to be out in nature. I still got to be around the flowers I wanted to be with. So that made me really grateful for what I had instead of being disappointed in what I didn't have. I loved being at TCS, and it definitely had its up and downs. But I don't think I would have flourished or thrived the way I did if I went to Lewis and Clark, or I went to Ferris. So I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity to be here. I don't think I would have been as successful if I went to a traditional high school. And I'm so glad I get to pass down the tradition of going to TCS to my younger brother, because I know he will do amazing things just like I did. calla lilies. They represent new beginnings and personal growth. In my 301 year, I applied to Running Start and I took a couple classes. My favorite one that I took was floral design, and in that class I got to work with a medium that I never worked with before except for the art of the solution. In that class, I developed so many different skills. I learned how to actually deal with floral and how to make it look good and go all cohesively together. I learned how to remove different dead, like greenery or flowers from the stems. And it's really beneficial because I do use that in my daily life now. I use it to make different bouquets that are already pre-made from the store, but I make them look good. I make them look like they're fresh again. There have been times where I have used it in my daily life, just making bouquets. I have made a bouquet for my senior photos. It's this one. And then I made a boutonniere for my boyfriend for prom and a corsage for me. And also the arrangement right there is an arrangement I made in floral design. So I'm really proud of all of these, and I'm so glad that I was able to do Running Start, and I'm grateful that I was given the option. I am sad that I wasn't able to do it this year, but I am grateful that I was able to spend my last year of high school with my brother because it's his first year of high school, so it was a great way to end things. Much like calla lilies represent new beginnings and personal growth, peonies represent growth, success, and the fulfillment of ambitions. After my 4 years being at TCS, I decided I'm going to SEC in the fall for the greenhouse and nursery program, and I'm going to get my associates in applied science. Since I was in Running Start, I didn't have to apply, so I didn't get an exception letter. I just had to renew my Running Start, not my Running Start account, my student account. So there was no, like I said, there's no exception letter. But I did register for my classes on May 21st, and I've also received my FAFSA award letter, so I got money, guys. After graduating from SEC, I want to slowly work to have my own farm, to grow my own flowers, to have my own floral shop. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to be working at Home Depot to gain new knowledge, to make my garden the best it can be, and to also enjoy being there kind of thing. And I have been working at Home Depot for almost 2 months now, and I really do enjoy it. It's hands-on, and I get to be physical by moving like big, heavy things like riding lawnmowers or big bags of soil. I've got muscles, guys. I'm strong now. And like I said, I get to learn, while also being at Home Depot, I get to learn different ways to make my garden the best it can be, and I also get to recommend to people like, hey, I'm in this class, I know these things, so here's a few things you want to know too. So I'm glad that I get that. I don't know for sure if I want to go to SEC for their business after I get my associates in applied science, but once I get closer to finishing that chapter in my life, I'll make that decision. But for right now, I just want to be done after the next 2 years. I am done with school. Eucalyptus represents strength, resilience, and renewal. Throughout my journey, I've discovered a deep well of strength within myself, strength that carried me through bipolar, anxiety, and some hard times throughout the years. From losing my grandma, who inspired my love for flowers, to navigating mental health struggles and unhealthy relationships. I learned what it means to keep going even when things feel heavy. I was able to keep trying to get better by going to therapy, rediscovering my creativity through art and collaging, stepping away from harmful situations, and eventually finding joy again. I started healing by finding new passions and planting new roots, whether it was through floral design, public art, or simply being outside by the lake. Those experiences have helped me bloom into someone who knows her worth, who is proud of how far she's come, and who is ready to keep growing. I'm walking into my future with clarity and grounded in everything I've overcome and everything I've built for myself. In the rush of struggle, like lavender, I found healing. Like calla lilies, I embraced new beginnings, and like peonies, I fulfilled my ambitions. And like eucalyptus, I grew resilient, digging deeper, drawing strength from hidden roots, and one day, without warning, unfolding into the light, whole, wild, and more beautiful for the journey. Not done, guys. Hold on. Wait. And finally, sunflowers. With their vibrant, towering presence, sunflowers are a symbol of strength, optimism, and the ability to thrive even in difficult conditions, showing I'm ready to take on college and be an adult. Thank you so much.
We will start with your panel to provide feedback and answer any questions.
Awesome. I think it is just, I'm speechless. Your energy, your presence, your artistic abilities, your positive look on life. You've lived a full life with all of the challenges you've had, and you've experienced death of a loved one, which is probably one of the most difficult things that you can face, but you did it. And your health challenges, you did it. You take hold of it and you go with it. And it's so energizing to hear you and so positive. And I love, I guess, the symbolism that you find with flowers, and it's something that makes you feel good. And rely on that, creating the bouquets and the beauty. Yeah. I think it's sometimes that we need that outlet. Mine was a piano for years and years and years. When you feel down, what do? Once you have the piano and you need music, and it just kind of brings you back. And I think you found that balance. But I love your energy.
Thank you.
I love how you just state it like it is, and hold on, don't clap now. I love it. And you're going to do it. And I just wish you the best.
Thank you.
You're going to be fine. You've got a great start. So
Thank you.
I'm just proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to say, all your flowers are my favorite flowers.
Oh.
So you pick everything that I kind of, which I'm drawn to.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool. And you pick purple, which is my
Yes.
favorite color. You pick purple, but another way of seeing it.
Mhm.
But I think the reason why you picked that
Yes.
color. I think it's great what you're doing, and to be open about your story,
Mhm.
which is important. I say I serve stuff in the community, and also a Libra mom, and we do peer support groups. And one of the things that we encourage too is to find your passion, or find, to express your feelings through art, through culture, music, and just like your friend.
Yes.
And I'm very impressed with your presentation and this lovely speech. And I think you're going to do really well. My son is going through SEC.
Awesome.
And he actually, during COVID, went to the greenhouse. He developed a love for plants.
Yeah.
So I can't keep anything alive, but he does, and I don't know how he does it, but I've tried, so kudos to you.
Thank
for
you.
keeping things alive and making things lovely, and I really believe that you're going to have a wonderful future.
Thank you.
Keep plugging along. And there's so many resources in the community that help with your artistry creation, and, so I just love this. So
Thank you.
very inspiring.
Thank you.
You are a beautiful storyteller.
Thanks.
You engaged us
beginning and kept us to the end, and I felt like you were so skilled at bringing us on a journey of through emotions, and you were able to share with us joy, sadness, humor, and hope all through your story. And some of the things I wrote down as you were sharing is you are brave, you were able to be vulnerable, especially in a room full of strangers, which is so mature for someone your age. That's not a skill that a lot of humans have. They're able to be vulnerable and share some of their hardest challenges in life with people that they just met. And so I commend you. You are so brave and so mature. The story was beautiful. The symbolism with the flowers in your demonstration was beautiful. I like Amy said, you're going to be just fine because it was so clear that you have a mindset to push through your setbacks.
Mhm.
You are resilient, and you are brave to just push through whatever challenges come your way. So I admire you and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Kind of just to echo what everyone else is saying. Something that really did stick to me about your presentation is when you talk about your fishing class and wanting to be in your flower class. I think it's very important to always look at things as instead of half empty half full. I
Yes.
feel like that alone is a good theme to always be in life, even when there is setbacks. But if you have a good head on your shoulders, I really love your presentation.
Thank you so much.
We have a few minutes if anybody else from the audience would like to ask a question or give some feedback to Zuri.
I can remember 4 years ago, she picked me up and just talking to everybody.
You must be so proud.
Tiger's pride.
Yeah, we all are, all of us, right?
Yeah.
Flagger life. Yep, so proud of you.
Everything all of these leaders here said was so true, and it was just awesome following your story the way that you presented it. And you just sucked us in, you had me on the edge of my seat, and said, what's next? What's next? And like, you're next, you're it, you do have a good head on your shoulders. Can't wait to see where you go, and so proud of you, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
You got that.
I'm definitely glad you decided to go into floral design versus being a roofer.
Fine, she wanted to be a roofer, but, yeah.
6 years old, she wanted to be a roofer.
Flowers are much lighter. But I can tell you guys, I watch her, and she does do lawnmowers, she takes back the soil, and she kicks butt at work. We work together.
Yes.
Well, we just appreciate you, and you are so thankful to be a part of your journey and your story and your growth, and we are definitely better for it, so we're just so thankful you decided to come and share you with us. And your brother.
No, yeah.
We appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.